Femininity brought to you by Midnight's Edge. The place to be. Monday night. Rawr. That's right. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the program. We are here to entertain you at least for the next couple hours. I am Tom Connors. With me tonight is a panel of ladies that I think has been kicking ass and taking names lately, so let's not waste any time. We got Steph with those. I'm so jealous. I wish I could wear those glasses like that. Like, my inner gay man is coming out right like, you bet. I wish I could wear those.
Bitch, I love those. They're like so fire, girl.
How you doing, Steph?
I'm doing good. I'm back from Orlando. I haven't been on here in like, I don't know, 2 weeks. I missed it. I am sick, but I was like, you know what? I haven't been on this show, so I need to just power through this. So I had some soup. I'm a little congested, but I'm fine. I'm gonna get through this.
She's a trooper.
I think
She's a
we'll be
trooper.
okay.
She's here. She's amazing. She's not queer, but she's here.
Well, we're not assuming anything,
Yeah,
but
we're not
at the same time, also joining us, we have Michelle of Force of Light Entertainment. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back with the toxic femininity tonight.
So glad
Feeling
to have
extra
you here.
toxic.
Ooh.
Ooh, I love your Christmas sweater.
Yes, very
Oh, thank
Christmassy.
So cute.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Look like you
excited.
belong in a log cabin.
I know.
I
I'm ready.
know, I do.
Like you're drinking some hot cocoa.
Yeah.
I literally have hot chocolate with me.
Oh,
by the way.
see?
Wow.
What
It's
the-
cold
I'm
here.
jealous.
I
I'm
needed
jealous.
something to make me warm.
I'm
I
so
wish it
jealous.
was cold.
I know. I'm ready for the cold, but
Lay
there's
down
no cold to
south.
be found here, of course.
And everybody's sending Steph some well wishes. Yes, hopefully
you.
she gets well soon.
Get well soon.
And last but not least, tonight we have Nina, who's down in, in the warm weather though. So,
Yeah. Not down under, but
No, down in. I didn't say down under.
I know. I was thinking down under, and then I was like, wait, that's not right.
Oh, I am in
Where'd your
Australia.
mind go, Nina?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give us an accent for that one.
I'm down under, mate. Wait, that doesn't work.
Wasn't
No.
too bad.
The logo or the slogan for South Australia is "Go down south with your mouth."
Steph would know.
Go down south with your mouth. I
With your
I
love
like
it.
that.
Yeah,
That's
because it's
amazing.
like they're trying to say like, come and taste the food.
That's amazing.
Did that
But-
you can
person
take
not
that
think
anyway,
that
huh?
was true, or was it just a pun?
No, it's true.
That's so toxic. I love it. Wow. Hi. Oh, there's a kitty here.
Yes, we have Kitty Cam, so I figured I
Oh,
might as well come on for a minute.
so
He's
cute.
decided to perch. So, yeah.
But yeah, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. This is Toxic Femininity. So smash the like, share the stream, tell everybody we're talking over here. We got sexy ladies, we got Tom, we got Tom's pussy,
Oh,
hey, kitty cat. But yeah, so we're good, ready to go. Do it.
Yeah, actually, we have no super chats to kick off with, so I think we're gonna jump right in tonight, as they say,
Let's start.
which is fine because for now, until you guys get some fired in here, we've got a lot of topics to get to anyway. So let's get started. I'm gonna go into the back room, into the boys' room.
I got molested in the little boy's room.
What was
is
that
from?
I was not ready for that
I
one.
wasn't ready for that either. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's
Sorry
amazing.
about that. It's like an Italian horror movie. It's like called
Whatever
Night
it was,
Stalker
that
or
was
something like that.
amazing.
It
That
is one
really
of
was
those really bad
amazing.
movies. I figure I'd get y'all by surprise with that one.
That was fucking awesome. Okay, well, the show is going to be about weird stuff as always. But one of entertainment news, let's face it, hasn't been the craziest. But this did drop today, and I of course I had to laugh because that's funny. But Margot Robbie says her Pirates of the Caribbean spinoff isn't happening, and it's weird because this came out in like some wasn't Variety, it was Vanity Fair article, and I read the Vanity Fair article, and I gotta say, my God, like it was just all like, can we get to the point about the pirates part? Like, it was just like all like, oh, like I walked across the stage with Margot Robbie. She's so amazing, and it's just like the entire article
Playing
is
up
about
the
her.
ego.
Yeah, it's just like this, like puff piece about Margot and her amazingness. And it was funny too because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about you, Tom, because we were talking about Alec Baldwin the other day with Tom and Script Doctor, and Script Doctor was talking about how actor producers like kind of they don't really do much, and part of the article was about how Margot Robbie is a producer, but she like hates the fact that people don't take her seriously as a producer because they think she's just like a name like any other actor, and she's like, my God, and then they realize that I'm actually doing some work and they want to I just want that recognition. And she's just all about. It was funny. It was a funny part.
I'm glad you didn't get me into the other part, but yeah, no, like she may pretend that she does a bunch of stuff, but really,
I don't know. She's like she's producing, and
she says yes and no. That's probably about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she's doing. She's like, I'm in the room with the agents, and I'm in on every phone call. But she was like, they weren't like CCing me on the emails and stuff like that until they realized like I'm actually doing work. Like I'm not just an actress. But it's just she's like, yeah, la-di-da. She's doing the new Barbie movie because apparently that's a thing. I didn't even
Have you
know.
seen like the behind the scenes shots of those?
No. Do you have some? Can you pull it up?
Yeah. It looks ridiculous.
She
Well,
like
Bobby, let's go.
Here's what
Barbie.
I want to know, what is the audience age this is being made for? Because if it's made for or I should say kids, if it's like a family friendly Barbie movie, then I think it's kind of fun how ridiculous the pictures are. But if it's, I
no
just don't
idea.
trust anything.
I was gonna say, if you grew up in the '90s, this is Barbie.
this
Yeah,
looks
it
I'm
really is.
sorry, but that's fun because it's like Barbie.
Oh, there you go.
But I don't know what they're up to exactly. Yeah, so
That's again, as long as it's kind of like a family friendly Barbie, or even just kind of a comedic thing with Barbie, I think it could be a lot of fun depending on what they're going for. Because, like
I
you guys
agree.
said, that is Barbie in the '90s, and Ken.
I agree because honestly, if she came out and she looked like shit as Barbie and like had fucking, cut off her hair or something like that, and like, I don't know, had like some sort of SJW hair or something, I'd be like, that's not Barbie, but she's Barbie. Look at her.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks amazing. I don't know. I'd be into that. This is what
it
we
could
always
be
ask
bad, though.
for.
It could be bad.
I mean, yes, of course it could be bad, but we always ask for characters to look like the characters they're portraying. And she looks
Exactly.
like Barbie. So
So this
I
one.
can't. Oh my God.
This
I
one.
kind
and
of
you
see
know-
where this is
know,
going.
They both talked about being so embarrassed, like as the paparazzi got pictures of them in these outfits out publicly.
This looks fun. I hope it's a fun movie. I hope it's not going to be like stupid. I mean, meaning like stupid can be fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Yes.
I like Billy Madison. That's a
Yeah, let me show
stupid
you this
movie,
one
but I
too. Hold
fucking
on.
love that shit.
Oh, Billy Madison's genius.
It's great. It's like I like good comedy and good fun movies.
Yeah, if they make that, I mean, he looks like Ken.
Great. He looks like
Yeah.
Ken. I like it. I like it. This is
looks
actually
like
getting me excited for this.
Look at the world around him. That's like a pink. That's probably her house.
That's her house.
Yeah.
Like
Look at that
Barbie's
shit.
dream house.
Like
You
this
know-
literally looks
I
like
don't know
a
what it's
little
about.
girl's fantasy. Like, I mean, just
Yeah.
it looks fun as long as they go that route. I actually think it's kind of
I'm
cool.
curious to see what the trailer because
I
I
will
don't think
say
we've gotten
that-
a trailer or anything yet.
Like, I wonder
No.
if it's gonna be like, you know, this. I wonder if they're gonna go this route, like a dream, Barbie's dream house, right? So maybe this is all like in her head, like this is how she's seeing some of the dates. You know,
Mm.
maybe she's just a normal person, and then she starts dating Ryan
She's like-
Gosling and Barbie's dream house. I don't know. It's a whole different world. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. Because seriously, like I don't know. I don't know how they would make a Barbie
Maybe.
movie for adults. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like, because I gotta say, the little girl in me that used to play with Barbies and all that stuff is like looking at this and going, "That's the movie I wanted when I was a little girl." So
Have you
Exactly.
seen Have you seen Barbie's Dream House? I love that show. It's
like the show, like the cartoon. No, I haven't.
it's so good. I love that
Oh.
show.
I think I grew out of it at that time, so I was like, I'm done. But obviously, like I was a huge fan of Barbie. Like one of my first Barbies ever was Jasmine, like the Jasmine Barbie, and my mom got it for me, like in Iran, and it was banned, but she went and got it for me from Syria, and she brought it, and I was like,
Oh,
my God, it was great. It was great.
So-
But yeah, this is interesting.
that's
at
what
this-
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's just gonna be like a dream, like her dream, her fantasy, something like that.
That would make sense. That's why they're dressed so weird. Like,
know.
I'd be like, oh my God, it's a dream. But like otherwise though, Margot, her Pirates of the Caribbean spinoff isn't happening according to her.
Oh,
Disney is no
no.
longer interested. It's
Yeah.
not. But what basically she said, the Robbie said work had stopped on the Pirates film because Disney didn't want to move forward with it, according to the Variety cover story. She was working on the film with Christina Hudson, Hudson, yeah, who penned and scripted Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey. And we all know how much people love that movie. Like,
I hate that movie. That's not Birds of Prey.
nobody liked that movie. I didn't even.
None
I didn't.
of those characters were not even Harley Quinn. Like, there's a setting for Gotham, and it's not in the daytime.
Yeah. Did you see it, Michelle?
Yeah, I did see it, and I haven't seen it since.
I never even thought about it being Gotham in the daytime until you just brought that up, Steph, and you're 100% fucking right.
Yeah.
I mean, that
never
movie was
thought
a
about-
piece of shit in so many levels that I just never even got to that level of thinking. I'm like just
Yeah, the movie was everything happened during the day. It's like, really?
And very, very bright colors and stuff.
I don't mind the bright colors, but it's like it didn't look like Gotham City. She was an idiot. Like, Harley Quinn is very smart. She might be outlandish, but
intelligent.
she is intelligent.
Mhm.
And she was just stupid in the movie. I hated it.
Um,
Cassandra Cain, give me a fucking break. Oh my god. I'm so
No.
mad.
really,
No.
I didn't see that movie because I heard all of the stuff that you guys are saying, like through the reviews, and I was like, I'm not watching this garbage. And also, I saw her outfits, and I was like, nothing excites me about this movie. Like, as I would watch a movie for outfits and stuff, and she's wearing like a fucking.
Well, before the movie came out, Margot Robbie was like, I want to cover myself up
I know.
more.
I
was like,
know.
That's great. Like,
Well,
it's
and,
like
like,
one of
it's
the best selling Halloween costume was Harley Quinn as Suicide
Mhm.
Squad, but she felt like sexualized, and so she
I
wants to
never like
cover up more.
understand these bitches that.
I want to
like,
cover up more, so I'm gonna wear like big fucking wings like Big Bird. Get
Yeah,
out
like,
of here.
I never understand these bitches that do like straight up nudes. Like she got famous from being like, you know, the Wall Street movie or whatever, Wolf on Wall
Wolf on
Street,
Wall
and she
Street.
was like naked, like butt naked in that movie. And then now she's all like, I don't want to be like objectified, so like cover
I
me
mean,
up.
you're a beautiful woman. Embrace it, and also this is an acting role
Mhm,
based on established characters. But let me
mhm,
just change them because I don't want to feel objectified. Get out of here.
mm-mm. Yeah, it
Well-
reminds me of Daniela Panetta. Go ahead, Michelle.
Exactly.
Well, it's kind of too, it's kind of like you said, it's kind of extremes. Like you go from like full nudity to like you said, the big bird sleeves and stuff. It's like you could have still been sexy and not have showed all your stuff at the same time.
Mhm.
But once you've shown your bits and pieces, what difference does it make at that
It's
point?
hard to
you
come
know?
back from that. People are going to sexualize you regardless, but I mean, you can exactly you can wear outfits that aren't revealing, but still
Sexy.
be sexy and true to the character. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, and I'm one
but
of those
she went
old-fashioned
in
kind of guys where sometimes women can be sexier with clothes on too, more so than without, right? Like, so it all depends on how it's presented. But I'm
Well,
curious how when you guys are done talking about Margot Robbie's dress code, I was curious if you guys noticed that No Johnny, No Pirates was trending today too, and if you thought that maybe that had something to do with Disney's decision or not.
I
Well,
think it did. Yeah, I think it did. Like
Mhm.
people had so much support for Johnny Depp during that trial. People were incredibly invested. My mom was invested in that trial, and she's like gets invested in nothing. But
Me
she was
too. My
watching
mom
that.
too.
Yeah, she's watching that trial every single day, and she couldn't believe what she was seeing. So the fact that like so many people were duped by that story, and all of the evidence came to light. And yeah, they're both two shitty people. Like you can't say otherwise. They really are two shitty people. But one of them was wronged by the other in a court of law, and defamed and deplatformed and just completely canceled, and everything was stripped away from the guy. And so yeah, I mean, once it came out that like all of that was fucking fake and this person is a huge ass liar, then people started to see that and they actually started to support him, justice for Johnny Depp. And there's no doubt in my mind that this movie came about because he got canceled, but they still wanted to continue on with the franchise of Pirates of the Caribbean because that is a money-making franchise, and they have it at Disney parks and everything. So they couldn't do it with Johnny Depp because at the time people didn't support him. He was canceled because he, beat his wife or whatever. Well, now who's going to really support this movie without Johnny Depp? People are more behind him and, justice for Johnny Depp and supporting him getting his life back than they would support this movie without him.
Well, I even wondered if it went to kind of the big story that we got this weekend or last Friday of all the layoffs and things with Disney. I just wonder if maybe things kind of have tipped to the degree that there is kind of a turn with the leadership at Disney, and they just kind of realized like when things are tight, like we can't this is not going to make money. Like this will be a disaster, and we're just not going to make it because we need to make money.
Well,
Yeah,
and
I don't know about like I don't know about are they, Tom? I don't know if they're gonna have a change in leadership. I know people want Bob Chapek out and that they're losing money for sure. So maybe they're seeing like what Warner Brothers is doing and how they're cutting costs and saving things, cutting projects, just taking a hit. And they're seeing that and they're kind of doing it themselves because it's like we're losing money, we're not making money. It's an all-time low as far as like I think like the stock market for Disney. And so they're also cutting what needs to be cut as well.
Well, and like this is exactly where my mind was going, Steph, and you nailed it. Was that like I just think that they're also keeping a watch on what Zaslav has been doing and how he's like basically cutting everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck? Like we need to cut some shit because we're not making any money. And I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Black Panther 2, but holy fucking shit, that movie sucked. Tom, were you gonna say something?
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, you guys are all, I think, hitting the nail on the head. Steph was right, first of all, about the Johnny Depp part. This movie only exists because it was, we're going to show Hollywood how, how much of an ally we are to Amber Heard by creating this movie. And then, oh shit, she lost the case. What do we do? And then Michelle, and you are also right in the sense that, yeah, we've gotten to this point with this thing with Zaslav. And I think Chapek is already... Here's the thing. I've been very skeptical with Chapek. I know he's got a bigger uphill battle in front of him than Zaslav does. I understand that a lot more than some people do, and I get that. But I've even still been skeptical. You know that, Nina, when we talked to Cameron and stuff. But speaking of, we just talked to Cameron again last night, and he he did bring up that this thing was going to come out, that they were going to be laying a bunch of people off, but it's been happening across the board in Hollywood.
Mhm.
And a big part of this is what Zaslav is doing is a similar thing, but he's doing it more publicly, and he said he was going to do it. Chapek has been saying he's going to do this shit behind the scenes in memos and shit, but publicly he's been kind of toting the
The
company
ally
line.
line, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's a wait and see kind of thing here, because as you've noticed, just like with Zaslav, a lot of the moves that are making are a lot of these, diversity and inclusion programs that are being axed, and some of these other things that have to do with the woke side of things. So we'll see if Chapek actually does make a difference over on the Disney side of things, because regardless of what he's been saying, I'm curious to see if he actually does do some.
Here's a rumor, Tom, because
changes.
I was just on Adam Krigler's channel before I came on here, and he had George the Giant Slayer, on there. And George dropped a little bit of a rumor that he says is from like a very reliable source that he has. Now, I called BS on it because I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. But he said that in the next few days, Disney is going to come out and say that Johnny Depp's returning as Jack Sparrow for the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean,
now, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't think that he's going to accept to return to Disney after what they did to him. But then again, I mean, everybody's got a price. So
Johnny Depp said it very famously in the trial that he would not return. Doesn't matter how much money, he would not return.
Yeah.
There's always that. But there's a lot of famous people who have said that too.
Yeah, I know.
Very famously said that. So it would be interesting if that is, in fact, if that's a true rumor, if it's true, what kind of reception that would receive.
Well, here's the thing that that Disney has going for them right now in that respect, that he could kind of lean on. It's not the same regime that made this decision to begin with, right? So he could rest upon the idea that, okay, and Michael Bay always stood by him for the most part. No, Michael Bay, refused to speak up in the trial one way or the other. So I'm sure that those two kept their or not Michael Bay, Jerry Bruckheimer is who I meant.
Oh,
sorry, Jerry Bruckheimer. So I'm sure their relationship is still cool. And that's just it. He's the guy who produces these movies. He's the real guy in control.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, Johnny Depp's a very forgiving person, and I think that
I'm sure $100 million would make him forgive real quick.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. There is sometimes there's a thing where no amount of money can make you go back to someone who betrayed you, and I truly feel he felt betrayed by Disney. So I don't know. Because it's not like he's hurting for money.
Here's the other big thing I was going to bring up.
If it's a money thing, then it also there have to be like a lot of contracts involved in that. Yeah. Not only money, but he would probably want like creative input, there would have creative control. There would have to be like a lot involved. I think not just money for him to come back.
And here's the reason I bring that up is because speaking of that, Captain Sparrow is a character that he has a lot of ownership over, right? He has a lot. He put a lot of creativity into that. He feels like he kind of created that character on his own. B, Warner Brothers did him more dirty, right? Like that's the thing. Warner Brothers recast his ass. That's one thing Disney has not done yet. And them putting out, or at least, Margot Robbie saying, well, the shit's dead. Well, and that means it's probably been dead for a while. We're just finally hearing about it.
Right.
And I mean, I never expected this thing to happen anyway. But no, I understand what you're saying, Steph, and I would be surprised to see if he does do either, to be honest.
But also, I find this kind of like this paragraph kind of really interesting, where she says, we had an idea and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female-led, not totally female-led, but just a different kind of story, which we thought would have been really cool. But I guess they don't want to do it, referring to Disney. So now,
she says ages ago, right? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I think Disney's already like, Disney's in recovery mode right now. They're really trying to recover, especially with their image. When they when they took a political stance as a company, that really turned a lot of people off to Disney, especially with involving children. So when this family company took a political stance, in Florida's legislature, you know, a lot of it turned people off. It turned a lot of people off to Disney. And
Mhm.
so a lot of their stuff, you know, gets really on Twitter, you know, gets like ratioed, or people start, you know, reminding them that you're not really a family company. Disney is a bunch of groomers. There's memes being made. So I feel like they're kind of like in not recovery mode. It's the rebranding. They're trying to like get back to where
Damage
they
control.
were. Yeah, damage control. Thank you. They're in like damage control, trying to show people like, no, look. And I think that they might be using, if this is true, then this would be something that could and possibly would get people back on board if they announced that Johnny Depp is coming back as Jack Sparrow, just because a lot of people, because that was so in the spotlight with so many people, that, you know, the whole justice for Johnny Depp movement, if Disney were to hire him back, if he were to come on for another movie, a lot of people would be praising Disney for doing that.
But you see, the reason I bring this up though is because the reason, like, she's saying this happened a while, like this discussion was going on a while ago. We wanted to make a female-led pirates, blah blah blah, female mostly, blah 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 blah. Now we know that Disney is very much involved in the MCU, and we know that the MCU has not been doing well. Like there's no denying that their shows are not doing well. The movies are still making money because, well, they're
barely breaking even.
Exactly. And that's not good for Marvel wise. So they're like, you know, maybe it's time to step away from this female led situation and stop alienating half of our audience, which are men. Actually more than half, because most of the time men who want to like watch, you know, Marvel or any, like, they're predominantly male oriented audiences. And now they're starting to like maybe finally see the results of that, because we've been talking quite a while about how this woke culture is going to come to an end at some point. This woke thing is going to at some point give in. So maybe we're starting to see some of that happening in real time now, because again, this is something that was happening a while ago and now we're hearing about it. So maybe the wheels are in motion. Who knows what's going to get canceled?
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I was thinking, what could they do with Johnny Depp if they brought him back? But I was thinking about the last pirate movie that he was in. Actually, in my opinion, like with the end credit scene, set up like a pretty good story. I think they could run with and make tons of money if they're actually interested.
I love the first movie.
The first movie is a classic.
Oh, the first movie is
always
a fantastic
movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the skeptic on the panel.
Why? Be the skeptic. I
don't want to be the skeptic on the panel, but I think that like this is I feel like if this is true, all of this, it's strictly a PR move. Because I think that they are all in on the woke agenda. If things are going to shift, it's going to be just like Warner Brothers. It's all about money, and that's why they're shifting it. This shit's not making money. It's all a business for them. And I think it's going to take Disney a lot longer, because right now Disney is full force all in with the woke agenda, and it's going to take long. It's not just this one thing. I don't think that this is it. I think that this is strictly a PR move. If they bring back Johnny Depp, it's to shine some positive light or something good on the Disney brand, which is just, you know, trying to.
I'm with you. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, but it's just interesting to note that they're like, oh, let's scrap this like all female led thing, which maybe they're starting to see is not making so much money, because
and I'm okay if that's the reason why they stop all the nonsense in their movies.
Me too.
I mean, I don't care if that's not what they really believe. I just care what they actually present and put on the screen. And I've been waiting for the day when, like, it is a business, and there has to be a bottom line break even point for this stuff. And when things are starting, when their best brand, their golden platinum brand, Marvel, is beginning to sink, like, it's getting bad.
It's getting bad, but Disney can recover because of the Disney parks.
But it's not just that, even though it's not just that. It's also Lucasfilm and Star Wars. I mean, did you guys this?
Oh, well, yeah.
After After extremely poor viewership ratings, Disney to push first 2 episodes of Andor to ABC, FX, and Hulu and Freeform. This is huge.
Let me tell you what's not going to happen. no one's gonna watch the first 2 episodes of Andor and be like, "Let me buy a Disney Plus subscription."
Disney Plus subscriptions are at an all-time low. Like they're at an all-time low. So yeah, Disney, make no mistake, Disney is losing money on the entertainment side, but they are not too much on the park side. So that's why they have like this bottomless pit of money, because of the Disney parks, and they're everywhere. They're globally. So that's why they can afford to have bombs.
There's
here.
one other thing besides the parks that people forget about all the time.
What's that?
The parks are the most profitable as far as like what it costs to profit ratio. But the piece of the pie that makes the biggest amount of money that people always forget about is ESPN. The sports side of things is fucking enormous, like in the billions.
That's right. I always forget they own ESPN
now. The profit margin on that though is not nearly as big as the parks though. Like that's the thing. Like they make a lot more money on the parks as far as how much they spend on the parks compared to what they bring in. But ESPN is a huge thing that they have that nobody else really has.
Man, I always forget about that, and I totally stopped watching the NBA, especially like on ESPN. I don't watch ESPN anymore because I don't watch TV anymore. So it's been a long ass fucking time since I've seen that. But you're right. I mean, that's a huge revenue stream for them. Because I mean, sports. But still though, I mean, this is funny.
but still, I think, even with that, I think there comes a point like these, whether it's Pixar, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel, the CEO is only going to take so much of just losing on that, on that
true,
side.
but that's why I said it's going to take a little while, because right now, although they're putting out crap, they're not really losing much because they still have that revenue coming in from other places, so they can afford bombs. That's why I say it's going to take a while before we see that shift, especially at Disney, that we're seeing at Warner Brothers.
But I also like, and somebody else made a really good point here about ESPN. This is one of the reasons I stopped watching ESPN is because they went very political.
Yeah, they did.
I was gonna say they went political or woke. I couldn't remember
during
which.
COVID. Yeah,
it was both.
Okay.
They went political and they went political and woke during COVID because there were no fans allowed in the stadiums, so they would be able to do whatever they wanted, and you couldn't hear any boos because there were no fans there.
No, and they went from supporting the military, especially in the NBA. I'm talking specifically in the NBA. They went from supporting the military and the vets and like all that stuff to BLM and like the complete opposite, like not supporting the police anymore, not supporting military veterans. That's a huge shift, and I think that they probably lost a lot of their conservative viewerships through that. But I mean, who knows, because we won't know the numbers.
No, I can say the numbers even on ESPN, like as far as like their programming, have been dipping for years. Like where they still get viewership is like because they get big games, whether it's the SEC on Saturday.
NFL is a big thing. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's the actual sports themselves, because ESPN itself, just like their shows, have been a disaster for years because they've gotten so political.
Yeah, because like that's basically what happens. You're right, Michelle. Like people will watch the sport, and then when the time's to come for the commentary, like after the sport, they'll just turn it off. They'll be like, I don't fucking give a shit about what you have to say. Like, I mean, even like Max, what is it, Max Kettleman and
Max Kellerman? Gosh,
he was like, fuck this, I'm done. Like with this bullshit. So I don't know. It's weird. Disney's fucked. Fuck Disney. I hope, I really hope that he doesn't come back. I'll say this right now. I hope that he doesn't come back. I hope he says, fuck Disney straight up, like, and stands up for something,
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not even trying to be a naysayer with the whole thing I was bringing up. I was just bringing up the facts that things are like this right now compared to what they were before. So I think the chances are higher than they were, at least especially for Disney, than Warner still. I mean, Zaslav might try to come in and wine and dine Johnny Depp and try to get him to come on board for something new, even though they don't really have anything over there. But at that point, what does he have to gain with that? With Disney, I think he's a little bit more attached to Sparrow, to where if they were to give him that opportunity with a new regime involved, they give him a nice big fat check, he might think it over.
He might think it over, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he says fuck him. because you know, they Disney, it just needs to be put in their place, honestly. Like because that's just the thing, right? Like if they're told like, oh, okay, I'll come back to you, Disney, because I have a price too. It's just like, you know, the Disney's always gonna do whatever the Disney's gonna do then, and they'll just try and fix it with money. And it's like, you know, sometimes you can't fix things with money.
You know,
I
he'll
legit hope he
surely,
says fuck him too. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll remind him that he was the highest paid actor in the world at one point because of them.
Yeah,
Because they gave him $90 million to play Jack Sparrow, and I think it was the fourth or the fifth one, whichever one it was. And that it was insane.
How much do you think they would offer him to come back for?
Now, at least they have to offer him at least 100.
I think everybody's saying 100, yeah.
Or 999.
That's a lot of money.
And 1 million alpacas.
It is a lot of money.
I was just trying to get to the 1 million alpacas joke.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, what if Disney offered me $100 million, would I go back? And I'm like thinking to myself,
that's
like
the only
right
thing
now,
I could
I'm like,
see them
no.
offering, right? That could really entice him because they've already gave him 90 for the one, right?
Yeah.
So what can you do? You have to at least top it. So you just offer him the cool 100 million, and you pray to fucking God that movie's going to make at least 300 or 400 million at the domestic box office, basically. Like that's all they've got.
But do you know what? If they did give him back, if they did bring him back, the last movie set up, they could bring back the original, put back the trio together that we all loved, and like really do a good send-off movie. And that movie would just, I mean, it would print money.
It would kill.
If they got a good writer for it.
Okay, you know what? You're right, Michelle. If they bring back Johnny, Keira Knightley, and Orlando Bloom, and they do like the perfect send off for Pirates.
Yeah.
That
is Orlando Bloom still acting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And he's so great.
I feel like I've just seen that. I just saw him in something.
Yeah, I saw him in something recently, but I forgot.
So
what it
he
was.
would actually be like, yeah, that's the thing. The rest of the cast would be the easy get. Johnny would be the tough get.
Johnny would be hard, yeah.
That's the thing. But why don't we see what's going on in the super chats? What do you ladies
but if they do it, that I would be tempted to watch that. I'd be like, okay, I'm fucking going.
Oh yeah, I mean, just look at like the Spider-Man. You know,
yes,
they brought back Toby and Andrew, and everybody showed up for it.
Yep. Exactly.
Absolutely. And I think Michelle it was who pointed out earlier, they set up that last sequel perfectly to bring back the original cast, because that was the whole thing. Is it just so happened to be that sequel was like 10 years past the third film, and that was the whole thing, is he can only come back like every 10 years or whatever it was.
Well, and they break the curse where he can come back anytime, and then the end credit scene is Davy Jones like messing with the two of them.
Well, that's
they have it set up so perfect for an epic conclusion if they could get them back, all of them, and get a good writer.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. By the way, could we just acknowledge the fact that the Davy Jones CGI from like the third movie, like where he was introduced, is some of the best shit that you have, bar none, including like any of the new Marvel
15
stuff.
years ago.
That was so long ago. Yeah, I know. The best CGI was 15 years ago.
Kind of pathetic.
I love Davy Jones.
He freaked me out. Like
he
I was like,
scary.
He was. Like
I love that actor though. I love the actor that played him.
Who played Davy Jones? I'm trying to remember. It was
I don't know his
I
name.
know what you're talking about too, and I
him.
can't think of his damn name.
Yeah,
I know.
I liked him in because
Jeffrey Rush played the other one, and then Ian McShane came in later to play Blackbeard.
Phil Knightley.
Knightley, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Phil Knightley.
Yeah, because I didn't really care for the second one, but he was really good in it. Like that's the thing, is I didn't care for the film itself so much, but the character. Was
Knightley. How do you say
it? Or however you say it.
Knightley. Can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bring up a picture of Davy Jones.
I will be right back if you'll excuse me. I need to go get a tissue.
No worries. We're gonna get started on these super chats and stuff anyway.
But hold on. First, we're gonna look at this for a second because that's dope.
Sure.
Here we go. Davy Jones, people. This is fucking dope. This is how they did it. Like he looks just like him.
Yeah.
So cool. He was so freaky. Look at this.
Well, and it brought such a humanness and like which made it scarier because you could see the human so easy in it.
Yeah, you could. It's true. And like his like tentacle, like beard and stuff looks so good. And like
Yeah,
they
he was
like
creepy.
how can they not be able to do this kind of shit now? Like 20 years later, and it's like it looks bad. Like Wakanda Forever looked bad. I was
Did it
like,
really?
"Oof." Yeah, man.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
So on that note, Waltman says here, so allow me to read this one.
Go ahead.
So what else? Who else watched Wakanda When Nature Calls? Time, you may need to explain this one to the ladies. Well, what somebody did was took Ace Ventura When Nature Calls and cut it to the soundtrack of the trailer of Wakanda Forever, and it's kind of
What?
hilarious. Yes,
Oh, I need to see it.
I haven't seen that.
but
That's
what
hilarious.
you have seen though is Wakanda Forever. So real quick, what is your take on that? While we're waiting for Steph to get back, anyway.
It's shit. Stop. Like, don't pay Marvel any money to watch it. I didn't pay Marvel money to watch it. Just I'm telling you, I didn't pay for it. That's all I have to say. I didn't pay for that shit. I watched it, but I didn't pay for it. And you know what? My God, like my God, they could have had a good story because there was a couple of really good things about it, and that was their, main thing to Chadwick and their send off to his character to T'Challa and stuff like that. That was great. The beginning was great. The ending was pretty good, but like everything in between, no, stop it, Marvel. I'm so sick of this female dude. Even Grace Randolph acknowledged the MCU today. Did you guys see that clip going around?
We did. We talked about it this morning. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like
I really hate this MCU thing, but like.
Oh, let me play it for a second because that was good.
Oh, you got the clip. Brilliant.
Yeah, I got the clip. It's really good.
So let's go with that real quick, and then we'll get back to the super chats.
I mean, it's fucking perfect. Gary obviously clipped it because he's like, come on.
You can't not.
Yeah, not
so
the MCU exists. Here we go.
But I think having all three films where the major character that was introduced was a woman, it seems like it's a shift in the entire MCU. I hate the MCU slogan. I hate it. I hate it with every fiber of my being as a woman who wants to see strong female characters. And I also get annoyed when Marvel seems to underline that, and I'm just very upset about it.
It just makes me
but
fucking wrong.
All three.
I just love the owns we've had this week.
I know.
It's just been fucking amazing.
I hate the MCU. I hate it as a woman, but I can't deny that it's not happening.
Quit making them right, Disney.
It's so fucking good when there's like these.
As I've said a million times over, they need 3 women to take the place of one of these guys. You ever notice that? That's the hilarious part. At least 2 or 3 women.
Yeah, and you know what? And you could have had a really good story. Like I was talking about this with Jane last night. We're talking, you could have had you could have made it that if Marvel wanted to be good, I thought this was my theory, was that if you wanted to be good, if Marvel wanted to make good movies, they could have made it like a time jump and then had the story of his son be the main story and that he had a secret son. They had to go rescue him for whatever reason. And then there's a war with Namor, whatever. And then, and then the son though will take up the mantle and be like, I'm the new Black Panther.
Here's why that can't happen though. Because this is like the Marvel machine, and that's why God forbid they even just pause making this movie. He died. They had to rewrite the script around it because it's an assembly line. Next movie, next movie, next movie.
You're right.
So it's like they can't skip ahead into the future because that throws the whole thing off.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they can't do that. And you're right, because they keep making movies to promote their Disney Plus shows. They're like, by the way. Here's the next thing.
Ironheart in her Disney Plus show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait a minute, Black Panther didn't have that. And then you said Ironheart. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. She was the whole movie. Like she was like the after scene that was a whole fucking movie. By the way, she's like not a hero. She like killed cops. She like literally like bombed like all these people. And I was like, what is this person?
Your new Iron Man, everyone.
Yeah. She hates people.
Hold on, is she like the main character of the movie?
Kind of, yeah. Well, she's like the second main character because she's like they go to like. Do you care about spoilers?
I don't know if they.
I know what the movie's about, so I
I
don't.
do too.
Basically, long story short, Wakanda has oh my god, I was gonna call it adamantium, but it's not. It's not. What was it? Tom?
Vibranium.
There we go. Thank you.
Vibranium, unobtainium,
Unobtainium.
something like that.
They have that, and everybody wants it. But then they find out that, oh my god, there was like another place that you can get it from. It's underwater because Riri Williams made this fucking machine that can detect it, and she's like 19 years in college. Yeah, she's some vibranium detector. What the fuck is Chucky? It's staring at me.
Where did the cat go? Oh, it's she's because she's a genius, Nina. Genius. She went to MIT. She's a genius.
Since 3 years old, she was building things. They literally said that. They were like, since I was like 3 years old, I was like building things, and like there was no parent involved. Nobody taught her anything. She's just like building her own thing, whatever. This movie had so many fucking problems. But long story short, they have this. Namor kills the fucking queen. By the way, that was the other thing that really took me out of the situation was like they really didn't need to kill the queen because when they did that, it took away from Chadwick's death. Like I was like, now they're mourning the queen. Like this movie should be about mourning Chadwick Boseman, like and fucking T'Challa.
No,
now
Chris is right. It should have taken place during the snap, so you could just say that's what happened to him.
There you go.
And then in part 3, you recast the character because then that one takes place after the snap.
There you
and
go.
Nobody has to say shit because we all know why he's recast. It's like whatever.
Robert says, "Say Riri and Suri 3 times fast, man."
Very sorry.
Very sorry. Very sorry. Very sorry. I think I said it.
I paused a lot.
Wait, isn't it Shuri?
Shuri. Very Shuri.
Okay. We're moving on.
Indeed. Let's do that. So this is the one we just got. Thank you, Walt.
Yeah, we just read that
thank
one.
you.
That's what got us on this spiel.
Yeah.
And then 16-bit mask got his next, Michelle, if you want to grab that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you for the $5 super chat. No super chats. Nah, just nah. Hell Toxic Femme and the best ladies on YouTube. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ooh, deleted scenes.
Midnight.
This is Dakin Black has been a member for 18 months. Thank you so much.
Yay. Ooh.
Nicholas Horton has a $2 super sticker. Is it a
it's the doggy.
Corgi farting hearts?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Your average Patriot nerd for $10 says, not sad at hearing Disney lost money, maybe sad for the good non-woke employees that will lose their jobs, but Disney needs to lose money before they change. Hail ladies, and to the lovely 2 LLs. Aww. And you know what though, like just real quick to address that super chat, I agree about people losing jobs suck. Because I was laid off once in my life, and that was one of the most difficult periods of my life. And I never wish that pain on anybody. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And honestly, it's not that they don't deserve to be laid off. It's that they deserve to be fired and not like they need to just not make movies or something. Go do something else. I don't know. But
yeah, it's all these horrible writers and creatives that need fired.
Yeah.
They're not creatives though. They're activists. They hired a bunch of activists.
It's true.
And it's hard for me to feel that bad about those.
Yeah, I know. Like I don't feel bad either. I'm just like, ooh. But I do feel bad for the little folk. Folk, that's sad. Okay, want to get the next one, please?
Yes. John Phillips with the $1.99. How soon after Avatar 2 bombs does Depp come back?
Are you excited about Avatar 2?
No.
I've never seen the first one.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna do the first time watching.
I wasn't a fan of the first one. I mean, I watched it, but I thought it like at the time I thought the
visuals and everything.
Visuals were incredible, but like the story. Like I didn't like the story very much. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then it took him this long to make the second one, and I knew it was going to be like a trilogy or whatever he wants to make. I was like, who cares? Because it's going to be so long. And now fucking Disney did it first. They had the Mexican people be all blue, which was weird. It's kind of racist, really.
Wait, what?
The Mexican
about
people
Black
turned
Panther.
blue.
Oh.
Black Panther.
So are they always blue in the
What are you
movie,
looking
or
at?
did they turn blue?
Yeah, why did they turn
blue.
blue?
Because they took a drug
Oh,
and they turned blue, and then they were
Oh.
like, we can't breathe air anymore. Let's go into the water. And it was literally like 15 of them. Like there was like 20 people that did this. And then they go and make a giant society somehow
gotta
in
give the
200
Mexicans
years. That was really fucking bizarre.
Why they giving the Mexicans drugs? Come on.
I don't know. It was so on the nose.
I wonder
Stephanie.
who provided the
know.
drugs. I wonder who provided the drugs.
They made it themselves, dude. They made it themselves.
So they're cooks. Okay.
Yeah, they're cooks. They were like making
Bunch of
it.
cooks.
And then they're like, oh, let's drink this shit. And then the one pregnant chick is like, maybe I shouldn't be drinking this because maybe it's gonna be bad for the baby. And then the other dudes were like, no, you're drinking it. And she was like, okay. And she
So they're
drank
pushing
it.
drugs on the pregnant women.
Yeah, and then that's Namor's mom.
Oh my god.
And like, so that's why Namor was born because
yeah, I feel so good about my decisions to not go see the MCU movies.
What the fuck?
I'm not JK.
Oh my
So
god.
bad. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Pilgrim
Here, honey,
Media for
do this
$2.
drug
Oh,
while
that's
you're
you. Go
pregnant.
ahead.
No,
go
I
ahead.
don't want to. It's gonna hurt the baby. Do this drug while you're pregnant. Okay. Namor comes out fucking crazy as shit because he's a drug baby. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all true. And then he was all like, I'm a mutant because I was born from the thing. But I was like, no, bro, your mom took some drugs.
Wow.
Stephanie, go ahead and read the super.
Pilgrim Media for $2. Ladies, if Disney tanks, who will buy Disney? Elon Musk.
Hey, yeah, why not? Like, I mean, he's rich enough. He can afford it.
I think it'll be Apple.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be nuts. Can you imagine? But at this rate, I feel like Disney would buy Apple before that happens. Because they just want to buy everything.
Apple's got more money than God, though.
Really? Think so?
They do have a lot of money.
G-Man for 5 says the last few Pirates movies have been a steep decline, even with Johnny. I agree. I think that
they have
has
been.
come over.
Well, that's why I
doubt about
kept
that.
saying if they could get back the original crew and a good writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know how you keep saying the good writer part, like this emphasis on the good
Just get
writer.
a good writer.
Yeah, because in all honesty, let's face it, maybe we wouldn't have liked Spider-Man No Way Home if they had a really fucking shitty writer and director. Like maybe we wouldn't have liked
if
it.
the movie sucked, like even with the the big cameos, you wouldn't really care if it sucked.
You'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, why did they come back? Why did Toby come back for this? Is how you would have felt.
Exactly. That's true. It's a very good point. So thank you, G-Man. And then we have Dark King next.
And Dark King with the $5. Or at this point, I think Disney would have to give Depp 2% of the shares to get him to come back. To heck with percentage of the box office dividends.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there would be a lot that needs to happen if Depp were to come back, to be honest.
I'm with you, Steph.
Especially since it was like so publicly
Yeah.
announced by him that no
Mhm.
amount of money, nothing can make him go back to that role. Like
Mhm.
articles were written about it. It's very public, people were
Mhm.
talking about it. It was very huge. So I don't know. I feel like
I agree with you,
back-
Steph. And like if he comes back, I hope he makes them sign a contract saying
there would have to be
this
a lot
is
involved.
my character and you can't do anything with him ever unless I say it's okay. Like, you
Yeah.
know, that would be something.
I
But
mean, Johnny Depp absolutely loved that character. Like
Yep.
he has tattoos of Jack Sparrow. Like he
Mhm.
freaking loves that character. He would dress up as Jack Sparrow and go to Disney.
Yeah.
You know,
And no
like,
one
he
knew.
loves that. No one knew.
Wow.
He loved that character.
I
So
know.
like
He's great.
that he had to have been gutted, you know, to lose that.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, that would be really hard to go back to, man. I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mecca J for 10. It never made any sense in both BP movies, Black Panther movies, for the Wakandans to have any animosity towards white people for colonization when they've themselves never once been colonized.
Yeah, there was a colonization comment because they were like Shuri's like, I'm gonna go see my favorite colonizer, and I was like, really?
She calls him a colonizer in the first movie too.
Yes, she does. I remember that.
Multiple times. Yeah, she calls him a colonizer.
I've forgotten that movie.
In the first movie
I'll be
too. Like
honest.
she's the only one who calls him a colonizer.
That's what
She's the
happens when
only
I
one.
only watched it once.
Yeah, I only watched it once.
I only watched it
Tom.
once too, but it stood out in my mind because it was like the one
Mm.
comment in the movie that was like, well, no, there were a couple that got me, but it was like, oh, like that was unnecessary. Just kind of how you felt watching it as a white person.
That's exactly what it was like in this movie as well. It was just like, it was so out of the blue too. Like it didn't need to be there, but it was, oh my God, look, it's Natalie.
Aw.
Hello, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. I always mistake your name
For Michelle.
You should have said, oh, look, it's Michelle.
I know.
I love you guys. Oh my God.
But yeah, the Wakanda, they've never been colonized because they're like a secret city. Like they're secret. They live in secrecy behind this wall of this mirage. So it's just weird.
Well, and they're supposed to have like this vibranium that's untouchable and like this great army of warriors. Why'd they never go help any of the ones?
Why didn't they help? Why didn't they help? That's the thing. Like, oh,
Like,
we're
you
just gonna
guys are
let
on your
y'all
own.
be colonized. Go ahead. But we're just gonna sit back.
They let
and chill.
slavery happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what this movie was about too, because Namor, like, he's like, yeah, so I went, you know, my mother gave birth in the oceans when you know, she was fucked up. But anyways, she gives birth, and then like when she dies, he wants to go back and like bury her in their like ancestral lands, and they show up, and like the Spaniards have like enslaved the Mexicans, and they're like whipping them and shit. And so he's like, now I know they were colonizers. And like, he's like talking about how white people are bad because they colonize people. And I was like, well, I mean, you didn't really do anything about it. I mean, okay. Like, I don't know that the Wakandans didn't do anything about it either. Like nobody did anything about it, but okay, whatever.
I hope all the white people that watch this movie really learned a lesson.
I hope so.
God.
Because that's what saved lives. Wait, whose turn is it? Is it my turn? I don't even know anymore.
I think so.
Hi, 16-bit mascot for 350 says, you gals are super charming sauce. Love you all. Oh, love all y'all. Thank you. Thank you, 16-bit. You're so sweet.
And G-Dog with the $2 super sticker. I can't see what the super sticker is.
It's the doggy.
Oh, okay. With the dog.
Doggy. By the way, G-Dog, I love your icon because I love that guy. He had the best commercials. Guy. Yeah, the Dos Equis guy. I miss those commercials. So that was the best commercials ever. And then Goku McDuck.
Member for 2 months. Lord girls, would you support the notion to invite Yumi Matsuzawa to a stream? She's done various anime theme songs like the one from
Nadesico
anime.
Sure, why not? I don't know. I don't know her, so I would have to look and see who she is. Does she have a YouTube channel? I don't know, but I would be open to that. I mean, Steph already kind of streams with the voice actress.
Yeah.
What was her name again? She's Sailor Jupiter.
She's on Boruto. She's the
But what's her real name? I forget her name.
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, I just call her Sailor Jupiter, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, she was Sailor Jupiter. What is? I
Yeah.
can't remember right now.
That's okay because you're sick. Don't worry about it. Carlos Estrada for $2 says, "Leave it to Disney to create 2 drug addicts here." Yeah, it's true.
Who's the second one?
Sure.
Amanda
Because
Miller. That's her name. Amanda Miller.
Oh, Amanda Miller. Okay.
Amanda Miller.
Yeah, maybe ask her about that other
Amanda
person
Miller.
because then
I will,
got a
yeah.
YouTube channel. Well, Shuri takes the drug too, and she becomes the Black Panther. And she's like,
Okay,
"Oh,
she takes like the Black Panther drug.
She
Yeah.
drinks the purple juice. I
yeah."
can't say the other
Gotcha.
thing, it'll sound racist.
She drinks the purple juice. He drinks the blue juice, but the blue juice makes you not breathe, so you have to go underwater. And it was so weird, you guys, because they were like they swim underwater, and then they were like I was like, how do these people talk? Because when Shuri goes there with him, they always come up to her and they're like doing like sign language, and I'm like, do they not know how to speak? And then later in the episode, like fucking Namor gives this like speech to like his people, and it's like he's talking like underwater, and I'm like, I don't understand how you talk underwater, but everybody was like doing sign language to Shuri. Like it didn't show them conversing at all. Like it was just such a bizarre
Was Shuri
movie.
able to speak underwater?
No, because she was wearing a suit like to go
Oh.
underneath like that deep in the ocean. So she had some suit that looked like the fucking suit from what is that video game? The one that you go underwater. What is that video game? Oh my god. People in the chat will know what I'm
What's the
talking
video
about.
game where you go underwater?
Oh, the one that you're
I
in
know.
that giant suit that you go in the water and it's got like an underwater society. You have no idea what I'm talking about. People know what I'm
No.
talking about. in the
No, I
chat.
don't.
I'm spacing
I
on
want
that.
to say
Thing.
Bioshock. Is it Bioshock?
Bioshock, that's the one.
Okay.
She's wearing that Bioshock suit. And she's like fucking going underneath. And she's like, yeah. The chat knows. I don't have a brain. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Next super chat. Go ahead.
Oh, and SGT point blank with a $2 super chat, a good writer and a good fencing trainer. Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Stop giving us the message, people.
Yeah, the message.
The message.
This is Trickle Trunk. Is that Mrs. 5S?
It's Mr. Tickle Trunk. Mr.
Respect the transition,
I
Nina.
don't know what the fuck that is, Mr. Tickle Trunk. I don't even know what that is.
It's the X at the end because he's Latinx.
Mr. Tickle Trunks.
Yes.
Go ahead, Stephanie, read it.
For $5, Steph's so right. Yes, Wakanda, you isolationist, ethno state, call people colonizer, like you have some kind of moral high ground. So dumb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. He gives you a shushing. You shush. You shush. I love him. He's great. And then Goku. Aw, I love you too, buddy. I love you too. Goku McDuck for 65 pesos. What's going on, my Mexican brother? Well, kind of. I'm not Mexican. Yes, Yumi Matsuawa has her YouTube channel and is a breast cancer survivor. Wow.
Oh, wow.
It would be nice more people know about her so that she can get more support. Okay, hold on. I'm going to write this person's name down. Hang on. See, I got paper and everything. Okay, here we go. Write this down.
That's so 90s.
I know. Yumi. I know.
I really pull up notes on my
Hey,
phone.
I do that too.
Matsuzawa. YouTuber. Okay, I'll look her
But
up.
to be fair, I'm like probably 20, 30 years older than you.
It's because I was doing a stream with Literature Devil earlier, and we were talking about Samurai Champloo, and they had an episode about graffiti, and I was showing him that I had a graffiti tag when I was younger, and my graffiti tag was infinity, and
Oh,
I
you the little devil thing.
yeah, and
Okay.
I had made it myself. So like because in the episode, one of the characters has the tag infinite, and I was freaking out because I was like, "That's my skater tag. That's my graffiti tag." So I drew it for him.
Tail. You should make that into merch.
I should, maybe I will. Maybe I will, because that was like my own design. I used to do that. Like it's got the little infinity on it and everything. It's cute. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe.
I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So and thank you, Goku. I will look her up. I'll be in touch about that. Thank you. And then we got Carlos.
And Carlos with the $5 super chat. Both Black Panther and Namor have to keep taking the herb drug in order to keep their powers. That's why T'Challa died. He didn't have the herb to save him.
That's what I heard. Shuri needed to like recreate the herb, and then like she didn't do it in time, so that's why he died.
Something like that, yeah. Because
He
they were
had,
like,
like,
"Oh,
this
he had a mysterious disease, and he
mysterious
died."
disease.
They didn't really talk about it.
You know, I said from the very beginning, from when they dropped the initial trailer, I didn't like it. I did not like it. I was like, I feel like with this trailer, it's showing me that Disney's going to play off the emotions of the fans.
Mhm.
They're going to, exploit Chadwick Boseman's death. And a lot of people were like, well, they have to pay homage to Chadwick because he did die, giving the movie the benefit of the doubt. And then from what I'm hearing about the movie, I didn't like it. I was like, dude, okay, he died. That's fine. Pay homage to him and give him a proper send-off. But at the same time, you have to move on with the movie. So let's not make the movie all about Chadwick Boseman's death. From what I'm hearing about the movie, that's what they did. They like exploited his death. And it sounds terrible.
It kind of was, but at the same time, like I liked some of the stuff they did because I think he did deserve that send off. Like one of the most emotional parts of the movie was actually the Marvel logo, because the Marvel logo, when they brought it up, it was all Chadwick and it was all like his Black Panther role, and I thought it was really well done.
They did that.
I
think they did the same thing for Stan Lee.
Yeah, like I like that they did stuff like that because it was really cool, and I liked the beginning because it was like his funeral and stuff like that. But then they go and kill the mom and take away from the fact that this movie was supposed to be about this guy's death and like how they're dealing with that moving forward. And like all of a sudden it's like, because it's a really long movie, so you're like halfway through, you're like, okay, now I'm supposed to feel bad for the mom. Like I felt bad for Chadwick, and now I'm supposed to feel bad for her, but I don't feel that connection anymore.
Well, and then you have to feel bad for Shuri because she's lost everybody.
Yeah. And then she goes through that funeral and then this funeral, and it's just like, oh my God, this movie, like it just put an end. It was so fucking long too.
I feel like because I've heard so many story synopsises and people's opinions about the movie. It feels like this movie was like the director and actor's grief therapy. That's what it
kind of
like.
Kind of minus the bizarre like let's take drugs and turn blue stuff. Like I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. Some of it, yeah.
It was terrible.
16-bit mascot for $2 says love the show. Hail MEITM, which is Midnight's Edge, I think. After dark? No. What is that?
In the morning.
In the morning.
Oh, look at that. Midnight's Edge in the morning.
Like there's no D in there. What's going on? That's what she said. Tomster.
Why does there need to be a D?
Because Midnight's Edge after dark
has a D.
Oh.
There's tons of D on
I thought you meant in the morning.
We talk about
in
D
the
all
morning.
the time
Oh
on
my
Midnight's Edge after dark.
That is what it should be. It should
We
be.
do have
in
Morningwood
the
sometime
morning.
in the morning, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my
But
God.
anyway, Marksman of 117B is next. I think Michelle was next, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Nina, the creator of Berserk, did write the ending before. Okay. Did write the ending before he died. Work was left with the best friend who co-created and is finishing the work in his honor.
I mean, I've heard this story. Not that I have in Marksman's of 117B, but that's just like leaving it up to fate. I don't know that. It's not the creator. That's all I know. But I mean, hell, like it's better than not having an ending, I guess. Whatever. We'll take it.
That's true.
Go ahead. Read it. What is it? I'm
According
not
to his
reading
brother,
it.
Chadwick would have been appalled to have the character die with him. He would have wanted it recast, and he wasn't arrogant enough to claim T'Challa as his. That is true.
Mm.
He did not want T'Challa to die. This is an actor. Chadwick Boseman is an actor. T'Challa is a character. This actor is playing this character, but this character should not have died. Like Chadwick
Agreed.
Boseman didn't want him to die. He would have wanted him to get recast. I think the brother, has said in the past, like he wouldn't have wanted the character to die with him. He wanted the character to live on because
He was a
Chadwick,
role model.
he was a role model. So many people. He didn't want the character to die with him. And it's sad that he
heard him
did.
say that. Like I think I've heard him say that. Like either the brother or Chadwick himself saying like, I want the character to live on forever. Because he's such a role model for like young Black kids, which makes sense. I mean, technically that's what he was.
Well,
But-
I think the bottom line again, I think to me with this is they started filming so soon after he died, and it was a shock to so many people. I felt like they felt like they couldn't recast at that time because people didn't want it at that time because it was so fresh. But
See,
that's where
that's why I
that's
say this
where-
is like grief therapy for them.
Yeah.
yes, and
Well,
that's
where
where
they should have said it during the blip. That's what I was saying. Like Chris was right about. Sorry, Michelle.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just going to say that's why it would have been so nice had it not been the Disney machine with their tight little schedule that they have to fit everything into.
Yeah.
If they just would have taken maybe a year off with that one and put it back somewhere to release,
Agreed.
because then people would have moved on and they could have
Mhm.
recast.
Agreed.
Well, and that was my initial reaction, was just not do it at all. But if you had to and then do it this way, then with the third film, you could have recasted, said it, this one's during the blip, that one's after the blip, give everybody a chance to grieve for Chadwick.
Yes.
And then we go
There
forward
you
with
go.
a new Black Panther, but then the character doesn't die. That's the beauty of it, is since we already know the character comes back, that's the thing, is you can still have them mourning the loss of him, but it was like, okay, this is happening during the blip. Okay, no big deal. And then we find out in part 3 that we get a new Black Panther, but nobody says anything because we already know why.
Yeah.
It's just, they don't acknowledge that he's a different person, just like they didn't acknowledge with Rhodey. But what bothers me is it was okay for them to recast, what's his face as Thunderbolt. I just forgot the goddamn name, Jesus. William Holt.
Story of my life.
William Hurt, as Thunderbolt, and then it was Harrison Ford, and he just passed away.
Yeah, they did.
Goku McDuck. Thank you so much for the 65 pesos. Yumi's debut song was You Get to Burning for the Nadesico anime. Also, I'm sure here in Mexico, you would get lots of love, Nina. Blessings. Aw, thank you. I love Mexico. Mexico's fucking awesome. See, check out my Mexican flag. Fucking love that shit. They've adopted me. I'm trying to learn your language. It's happening.
Since
It's
you live there,
slow
you're
process.
technically Mexican, but I mean, yeah,
I'm a snow Mexican.
yeah.
It's okay. I'll get there. When I learn the language, then I can officially be like, I am Mexican. It's true. But I'm not confident in that yet.
And Liam John Smith with the $2 super chat, exploiting him is like Rise of Palpatine's Leia.
I'd argue it's actually worse, Liam. I say it's worse because that was not called Princess Leia Rise of Palpatine. That was called Star Wars Rise of Palpatine. This is called Black Panther.
Yeah, this is Black Panther.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever. And that's to me even
And
worse.
barely had Black Panther in it, like at all. Like not even Shuri's Black Panther was in it for like very long. It was like maybe like the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the
And who didn't see that coming?
like shit. But okay, we're gonna move on to the next topic because
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to hear what you ladies think of this topic because it's kind of spicy. It's very toxic, and I love it because the way that I came about it, by the way, was totally like clickbait because I went to look up because I told you like that Vanity Fair article from Margot Robbie sucks. So I was like, okay, I need to go find a different version of this. And like I go to Google it and like my Google thing recommended this article to me. And I was like, I just like caught Henry Cavill's face on it. And I was like, what is this? Excuse me? Like, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'm hooked. Here we go. This
I'm
is
excited.
amazing. I objectified poor Henry. I promise I'm not that pervy. Henry Cavill's Batman v Superman co-star Amy Adams lost her composure after seeing him without a robe, was forced to apologize.
See, women
Um,
can be sexist too.
This is great. And it gets even spicier. So wait, before I get into this, have you ladies even heard about this before? Like,
No.
No, I think I have. I think she said it kind of like laughingly in a TV interview. And then, I mean, have you ever seen the breakdown? They have like all his different co-stars and they're all just like gushing over him through the years about how attractive he is. She was one of them.
oh no, I haven't seen that. That's great because this is basically what the article kind of talks about. But I mean, it's very honest. Like I gotta say, I mean, he's a very beautiful man. But it's it gets better. Says Amy Adams, like any other, had also fallen prey to the otherworldly charms of Henry Cavill while spending time on the set shooting Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. However, just as the situation couldn't get any more mortifying, Amy Adams proved herself wrong, as she now goes on to remember one of her supremely embarrassing encounters while interacting with her on-screen partner and Superman actor Henry Cavill. In an interview with Marie Claire, Amy Adams expressly reveals her set experience with the multifaceted Man of Steel actor, who and how she later managed to handle the situation and gave as what cause to be fleshed about. Amy Adams encounters her time with Henry, cast as the icon. Okay, we all know this part. Okay, so this is the part. When on set shooting the second DCU film, Amy Adams comes across a robed Henry Cavill and subject him to her constant ogling while filming, and in between takes, she claims, in between shots, it was like, put on a robe, please, and make everyone feel less bad about themselves. I objectified poor Henry. I had to apologize to him at one point. I'm like, I promise I'm not that pervy. My husband likes to look at him. Our 5-year-old daughter likes to look at him. We're just a creepy family.
You serious?
Is she the one married to Borat, or is that the other?
No. That's Sasha or
Baron Cohen.
yeah.
Is she? I didn't know that. Is she? I don't know.
No, it's not Amy Adams. Amy Adams,
It's the
I
other
think,
redhead, right? It's the
Yeah.
other redhead. Because
Amy Adams is married, I think, to kind of more of an, when I say
Darren
normal,
Legolo is who she's married to.
yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
did he work in Hollywood, or is he just like someone she met?
I think
I
it's
think
just some guy.
Okay.
He's a contemporary artist.
Yeah, she brings home the money.
Yeah, yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
She is
This
the
gets
sugar
even
mama.
worse, you guys.
Isla
So-
Fisher, that's his wife, Isla Fisher. That's the other redhead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like
So
her
this
too.
gets even worse because she goes on to say, even though the encounter comes across as rather comical than embarrassing, it does not stop here. Adams goes on to dig herself into a deeper hole, and she continues to land herself in multiple mortifying situations with the British actor. Basically, she said, Henry had to take his shirt off, and I didn't know what to do. I'm just sitting there, and he looks like that, and I kissed his belly. It was the weirdest thing. Why would
That's
I
that
take
moment.
that
That's
choice?
that moment.
In that moment, I was mortified. I was like, Henry, I'm so sorry.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
It's that
Doesn't he kiss him
feeling.
on the chest?
It's that feeling when like you want something and you'll bite into it, and she totally just bit into it. Like
Like she's got a fever,
She's-
and the only
yeah.
prescription is more Henry.
Yes. I
you
mean-
know when you just like when you want something,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god,
Steven, this
and
might be a poor choice of words if you're Henry Cavill at that point. Like, she might take him seriously.
I mean, I
Especially
think
she's
this
already
is hilarious.
kissing his belly. How is that not sexual assault at this point? Jesus Christ. Like, that's the thing. We're finding this hilarious, and I find it hilarious too, because, like, look, I'm not completely unaware that Henry Cavill is a very, very sexual beast. Like he's every woman's dream, right? So to me, I'm finding this hilarious that she can't control herself, just like anybody else wouldn't be able to around him.
Well, and I
Flesh
think
and
funny
blood.
is if you reverse this and it was a man telling this about a woman.
Right.
Think about the way the reactions, and I know that's probably part of the reason you brought it up, Nina,
Yes.
but not to take it too derailed, but yeah.
But it is why I brought it up, because this is what toxic femininity is. We're allowed to talk about stuff like this. We're allowed to act like this. We're allowed to kiss somebody's belly and like, they're not going to Me Too us, because they'll probably laugh and be like, okay, that's fine. I mean, I kind of feel bad for her husband, because have you seen what he looks like? Because I just did. I was like, okay, I mean, I get it.
You know what? I guarantee you her husband doesn't give a shit because he got laid the best lay he's had in a long time that night. I'm betting dollars to donuts.
I bet you anything that's exactly what happened. Because
and that's why. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to the back.
He's not ugly.
I mean, he's not ugly, but he's no Henry Cavill.
But what's funny about
quite cute actually.
He's nerdy cute.
What's funny about her story, though, is if you have observed Amy Adams at all, you can just see her being truly, as she said, mortified and immediately apologizing.
I just picture that scene in my mind, and she's like, "I'm just so sorry."
It's the Superman scene where he gets in the tub with her, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. And doesn't she? There's some kind of, and that's what I thought what she was talking about when she first said it. There's some awkward moment in Justice League when they're out in the cornfield, and I think she either kisses his chest or puts her hand really awkwardly on his chest. I can't remember.
I forget
Is it the part? Well, okay, which Justice League? Because
it's okay. Well, in both of them, it's when I think it's in both.
In one of them, she's like, "You still smell like you," or something like that.
Yeah, and that's really awkward too. But
yeah,
it's not in that one. But it's the way she either puts her hand or kisses his chest. I don't know. It was kind of like okay, and it seems like it just kind of feels like she just went for it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, can you blame her?
No, I don't.
God damn, that's a fine man, But
at
honestly,
the same time, Nina, can we really say that if it was a guy doing it to a girl?
No,
can you blame him?
Well, I mean, actually, yes, because I can say that about some really, really beautiful women that would be into it. They'll be like, whatever, ha ha ha, kind of like ScarJo used to be. It's not like ScarJo cared about walking around, shaking her booty and getting that, getting the looks.
When she was younger, she liked it.
Cared.
We liked it, walking around, getting looks, turning heads.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I don't, and you know what? And that's the thing too. You just brought up the word turning heads, and I think Henry Cavill's one of those guys, because even she says my husband and daughter were staring at him because he's beautiful. He's a beautiful man, and it's fine to appreciate beauty. It's okay. You can look at this man and be like, you're beautiful, and that's fine. Even for guys, even for your dudes, it's fine to acknowledge that he's beautiful.
He's a gorgeous man.
You're not gay.
Most men, honestly, that we bring him up in our chats. Most men don't seem to have a problem admitting that with Henry, though, because he really is that guy. I mean, the famous kind of line that girls want to date him and guys want to be him. That's
right.
He is that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I laughed when this year they decided the sexiest man on earth is fucking Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Why's Henry never received that? That's such a joke. I know that's rigged because Henry has not won.
Yeah,
Chris Evans,
I mean,
I'm sure Chris Evans got pushed over by his left-leaning politics, but
that's probably what it was.
That's just my opinion. But he's not a bad-looking guy either.
No, he's handsome. He's just not Henry.
By the way, speaking of kissing other women, Amy Adams also talks about that, how she kissed Jennifer Lawrence, and says, well, I feel like Jennifer really made that contribution. I came up with the idea, but she executed it in a way that felt driven purely from a character. It didn't just feel like a moment where two girls are going to kiss on screen. It felt emotional. And the laugh Lawrence gives after that was genius. This was about what's it called? The decision What was it?
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
American Hustle.
American Hustle. That's
Hustle,
right.
yeah.
That's what it was. So she did that with Jennifer Lawrence as well, which I don't remember seeing that movie either. So there you go. There's some toxic femininity, like literal toxic femininity
Yeah.
for you. On Toxic Fem.
Amy
Also,
Adams, looking at her in a new light right now.
one last thing to make fun of. Kevin Smith cried again.
Oh my God. Why does he take these pictures of himself? He looks terrible.
He really
I
does.
swear.
Well,
It's
he
so
answered
fucking
that question
scary.
though, because Camelot was like,
Camelot.
"Why do you keep doing this, Kevin?" And he answered with, "I do it for attention," which was great. Here, I have that screenshot as well. We can't really go into his account because Tom is blocked. So I had to take these screenshots.
Yeah, you have to do it for me.
There it is. Kevin Smith saying, "To get your attention, is it
Poor
working?"
Camelot. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on there.
That is so creepy. I hate those photos of Kevin.
I hate those
Like
photos
even
too.
even the regular ones, he just puts the camera so close to his face. It is the creepiest thing.
It's no one's best look.
No. I love how Robert M's like, "We need to talk about Kevin." Oh, that's that Ezra Miller movie about the psycho kid. That's great.
It is so creepy.
But this
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
I mean, it's kind of becoming iconic at this point, like Kevin Smith's crying
Sorry,
face.
you said Ezra Miller. That's like a.
Oh, that's
crap.
fine. That's a great photo. The Kevin Smith's crying face is becoming iconic, which is sad because he used to be another icon caught Silent Bob, and now he's crying soy boy Kevin Smith. That's what he's going to be known for. And you know what? If that's what you want to be known for, then
You know, Cosmic Vader's probably kidding here, but in a way, what's funny is Kevin Smith used to tell a story about meeting Chevy Chase. And the whole point of the story was don't meet your heroes. Because he learned that Chevy Chase was a big old asshole.
He's an asshole. It's famous.
And I have been one of the world's biggest Kevin Smith fans before most of the world knew who the fuck he was. Back in 1994, I was the kid passing out dubbed copies and or showing people Clerks before anybody had any idea what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I have been a fan of this person for so long that one of the first things I did when I got my license was drive, I think it was like 2.5 hours to be able to go see Dogma because no theater near me was showing it.
Wow.
Right?
That's
like,
dedication.
This is how dedicated I am to this man. And I have stuck up for him time and time and time again. I probably even gave Jay and Silent Bob Reboot a better review than it fucking deserved.
Mm-hmm. You're like, dude, you're one of the only people who told me to watch it, and I still haven't. And I don't think I will.
Not even worth it. I mean,
I was like, fuck this
and
guy.
this fucker has the audacity to block me because he lied about fucking He-Man, not once, twice, but like 3 times over and got called out over it.
Mhm.
And just because I ripped up a poster on FNT, that's the only reason I can understand why he would block me. Not only on Twitter, but on YouTube as well. So
Also
go
because
figure.
he's a fucking soy boy cuck. Like,
He's a
who goes
fucking
around fucking
snowflake.
blocking people like that? That's so lame. I mean, it's totally beside the point, but it kind of reminds me of how apparently Dave Rubin fucking blocked the quartering, and I was like, really? Like over the dumbest shit? Like you're gonna go and block him? It's just, I
Well,
don't know. It's soy. It's soy.
And this
I
is
don't
the
like it.
schadenfreude of it all. Vertical Horizon's right. Motu hurt Clerks 3 more than it hurt Netflix. Because I'll tell you what, I would have been one of the fuckers who would have been there opening damn day.
Same. I would have watched
Clerks
it.
3.
That's 100%. Kevin Smith has turned into such a shill. It's kind of sad to see. You know, it's
Yeah.
becoming the thing that like he hated the most, the thing that he pushed up against, and like he was like he came across to me like I used to love Kevin Smith, like he's everyman, just a regular nerd. I love the stuff that he did, very indie things, and it was really funny. It was comedic, and I absolutely loved it. I love Clerks, and a lot of people don't like Clerks 2, but I like Clerks 2. I thought it was good. And like to see him now it's so sad. He's like a
It's
shell
sad.
of what he formerly was.
Like literally too, because he's like really skinny. So he looks like a turtle out of his shell. Because it's like, dude.
Yeah.
The whole
He's-
thing
That's my
about
part in
the
this,
whole
so I'm
thing,
going
the
with
whole shit when Masters of the Universe came out, and we got like the leaks and everything, and he pushed back against fans, against people who are fans of Masters of the Universe, and against what he was doing with it. You would think that, like, as a fan of like a bunch of these properties, he would understand where people are coming from if you're going to change the story of something that's already an established IP. You would think that he would understand, right? But he didn't. He just made fun of people, called them out, made fun of fans, toyed with them on Twitter, said like, "Oh, I already cashed my check," and all this bullshit. And it's just like, oh, okay, you're a fucking sellout. Thanks for letting us know. Lost all respect for you.
Well, I mean, and like he clearly comes out and says he's doing this shit for attention. So like, you know what? In my opinion, let's not give him any. Like at this point, it's like, okay, you're doing this shit for attention. So how about we don't retweet it and show everybody that he's crying again or whatever? Because it's like, okay, like if that's what you want, I don't want to give that to you. Go fuck yourself, Kevin Smith. I'm not down.
For someone like me, I've actually never even seen Clerks. So like my knowing of Kevin Smith is just like the guy who takes these random close-up pictures of himself crying.
That's kind of funny, actually. That's hilarious. Like, I don't know you. I just know you as the guy who cries over every movie. It's like, okay.
Well, that face of him crying is like memed at this point and on thumbnails. And
it's true.
That is so funny. Yeah, but those photos that he takes of himself, I fucking hate him. Even when he's just like, "It's a nice day outside," the camera's fucking right here with his eyes
like right
closed.
there.
Stop it, weirdo.
Like, dude, you don't look that great. Like, I don't know why you think you can go that close with your fucking camera. Like, no, stop it. But okay, so that's it. That's for the story. So let's we're gonna get to some super chats here. Because you lovely people out there sending some more in. So let's get through these. Got Goku McDuck. Thank you for another 65 pesos. Is only learning Spanish in her streams, as she has fans from Latin America, as she did a song from Saint Seiya. Wish I could help better. Well, thank you for letting me know about her. I'm definitely going to check her out and see what she's got going on. Hey, man, learning a language is difficult. It really is. And then we got Gunstar 1.
Yeah, Gunstar 1 with the $9.99 super chat. Gosh, that's something in my throat.
You okay?
Excuse me. I'm good. Hell's Rad Chicks and Tom, any chance you could get Elaine from Nerd Cookies along with Jane Theory to do some Dune Part 2 pre-release hype?
Sure.
Yeah, both ladies have been on here several times, and yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
When we get closer, definitely, but I'm sure those ladies will be on at one point or another between now and then as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely for Dune Part 2, we're gonna get Elaine on. Are you kidding? I freaking love Dune.
Yeah.
Like she's the Dune lady. We're gonna definitely have her on again. Yeah. Definitely.
Goku McDuck for 25 pesos. I would prefer a Soups a Katana pairing on the DCEU. Oh, Katana.
Ooh.
I would like that too.
Would you like that, Stephanie? I'm not so.
This is Katana. Sorry, I always just think of that line.
Oh
this
my
is
god!
Katana. Her sword traps the souls. This is Katana. I want to see more Katana. I think that she
was dope.
A lot of her parts were like cut and everything, so there was really nothing of her in Suicide Squad, so that'd be cool to bring her back and see more.
Yeah, I would like that too, but I don't know. I would love I like Lois Lane though.
Flag died because Katana wasn't there to have his back. That's right. This is Katana. She's got my back.
Fuck my life. That's true. I hated that. Gunstar 1 for $4.99 says, "Call me old fashioned, but if Amy Adams is going to objectify, where do I sign up?" There you go. That's what I'm talking about. You know, look but don't touch. I mean, she touched. Hey, I guess everybody gets one. I don't know. Go ahead.
And Gunstar won with the $1.99 super chat, meant to say objectify me, so he can let
No worries.
He's willing to let Amy Adams objectify him.
No problem. Go ahead.
Carlos Estrada for $2. I would love to hear Cliff Duncan speak on this.
Ooh. What? On Black Panther?
On Black
or
Panther,
on, like,
probably,
Henry
yeah.
Cavill.
Yeah, he's definitely been someone I've been wanting to get on the morning show, and I'm sure we'd love to have him on Toxic Femme as well.
Ooh, I can hit him up for Toxic
Sure,
Femme if you guys
that'd be
want to
great.
have him on. Sure.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
great. I
And,
love Clifton.
Yeah. We got Ms. Tixel Trunks next.
Thanks for the toonie. Says Kevin Smith keeps a tissue signaling. Ew, that sounds gross.
Tissue signaling.
Ew. Ew.
And Gunstar won with the $4.99 super chat. Henry's also a massive Warhammer 40K fan.
Yeah. Henry Cavill's a huge nerd.
He is. He builds
Yeah.
his own PCs. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
He's a big Warhammer fan. I like that, like, a lot of people who play superheroes are also like super dorks, like Henry Cavill and the guy who plays what is his name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a big D&D fan. What's his name?
An actor?
He's an actor, yeah. He's a big D&D, but he's married to Sofia Vergara. What is his name?
I've seen he was in my
I
gym
can
one
see
day.
him.
Yeah.
Donnie Pearson, somebody said in the chat.
No.
Gosh, it's killing me.
Donnie Pearson is someone in the chat.
What? No, Kevin Street said Donnie Pearson. I was like, is that the name? I don't know.
He's replying to Donnie
Joe
Pearson. Joe Manganiello. Magnello.
There you go.
Joe
I can't say it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Donnie Pearson on the screen
guy.
right now
Yeah.
on the
The
screen.
Deathstroke guy.
Donnie Pearson says hello. Nina,
Hi.
Michelle, Steph, and a happy 74th birthday to His Majesty King Charles. Hope everyone's weekend was happy and
So
glorious.
true story, ladies,
Sorry.
about what is his name? How do we say his name?
Joe Manganiello. Joe
Donnie
Manganiello.
Pearson.
That is so funny, Nina.
But true
Donnie
story.
Pearson is married to Sofia Vergara.
No.
Yes.
No,
Vergara's
it's Joe. So true story about female objectification. One day I was in my gym in Atlanta and I had my phone down. I was looking for like my jam and I look up and I'm locked dead eye contact with Joe, however he say his last name.
No.
And I mean, it was like instant, like it was almost like drool.
So you pulled an Amy Adams. You were like, oh,
Can I kiss your
my.
belly?
I mean, I wanted to, but
Did you?
unlike Amy Adams, I controlled my impulses.
She didn't though. That's the thing.
Gosh.
She's like trying to
She
go for
didn't.
blood.
Yeah, she didn't control her impulses at all. So
Did you go like this?
I did. She
okay,
did.
great.
I would have been like,
Did you wave? Yeah.
No, I just like it was
Shoulda
like
hit him up.
drool. Like,
Is he married or?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he's
yeah,
married.
Oh, okay.
He's
never
married to
mind.
her.
Oh, I didn't know.
to
I
Sofia
was just-
Vergara.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You just fucking said
From
that. I'm
Water
sorry.
Panther.
Yeah, I said it 3 times.
You just said
Tom.
it 3 times.
I
You're right.
looked her up because I knew who you were talking about. See, I know this dude.
I thought it was Donnie Pearson.
I knew this dude from True Blood. Like that's where I know him from. Like,
Yeah, me too. He was Alcide.
Yes, Alcide. That's right. If you had said Alcide, I'd be like, holy fuck, yes.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's
Alcide.
chiseled in that one. Holy shit.
Oh, he's incredibly chiseled.
He's
Yeah,
so hot.
he's chiseled.
Look right there. Right
Oh
there's
my
a photo.
God,
of him in
how does a
True Blood.
human being do that?
Well, that's why he was in the gym that Sunday.
Evidently.
Lord, look at him. He's like a bronze god.
I mean, that might have had a little airbrush work, like
This is
digital
definitely
airbrushing,
like-
but Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. I mean, this is like natural.
Someone in the chat said that's Donnie Pearson.
Donnie's
That's
gonna get some
Donnie
dates
Pearson.
tonight.
There he is. He's in the chat.
Yeah, that's him.
God bless these men for just working out and looking great. Wait, what the fuck is this? Hang on. Back up because I just saw this and this killed it for me.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
pretty
he did-
rough.
He put a mohawk on for reshoots for the Snyder cut, I think.
This
He did
killed
have
it
a
for me,
mohawk.
y'all. This killed it.
He had a
Like,
mohawk.
how do you go from
Was
this?
it for reshoots? I think it was for
to
reshoots.
this?
But he did have a mohawk. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did. a
Oh
mohawk.
my god. What is this for?
Let me
She
double
just
check.
said.
Let me
Yeah,
double
but
check.
Justice
I'm
League.
pretty
For
sure
what?
that he did.
Yeah, he does, but isn't it white at the end of Justice
Yeah,
League?
it's white. Yeah, it's white.
He
Oh,
probably
you're right.
just colored it though.
He probably just colored it. But yeah, he had a mohawk for that.
Oh, so he colored it blue. Oh my
Yeah, when
god.
it's in
He
the,
looks like Hawk from fucking what's it called?
Cobra
Cobra
Kai.
Kai.
Cobra Kai. Yeah. I hate this. I don't know. Can we go back to the thank you?
That's a True Blood photo. That has to be a
Yes.
True Blood photo.
That is the one. Okay, that's enough.
You
of
know, he was in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. He plays the
was, yeah.
jerk.
Yep.
He
that.
plays
Man,
Flash
I
Thompson.
forgot that. I
Flash-
didn't
Flash.
I remember that. That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, that's it, Tom. That's the show.
That is it. And we actually are wrapped up. No more super chats. Stories are covered.
Do we want to end it on something really cute and funny though?
Do you have something cute and funny to wrap it up with?
Yes, I do.
Funny.
Let's
we like
wrap
cute
it
and
on.
funny here.
Let's wrap it on this.
Because this is the kind of stuff
amazing-
that Nina does on her channel. On Infinite
Well, I
Control.
mean, this one's not cute, but it's funny.
Maybe not so much.
I mean,
I thought maybe it would be that little lion.
I feel like this is what Amy Adams was doing to
Oh boy,
Henry
here we
Cavill.
go. Are we gonna get in trouble for this?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love this one. This is hilarious. This chick is thirsty as fuck, and he's just like, I'm not even interested.
This is what Amy Adams was doing.
It's
to
a
Henry
gay
Cavill.
He's like, honey, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Oh my god. She's like, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Mount.
Maybe you need to work on your approach a little bit. I didn't mean like that.
Oh my god.
She's just
This
like,
is-
give it to me, daddy. Come on.
Well, the funny part is like a lot of people have been analyzing this. And some people are saying that the reason that he's not giving it to her is because she's in heat and he's already probably given it to her like 5 times. And she's like, let's go again. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm empty, bitch. Like, sit down.
It's probable, but I think
yeah,
it's
it seems
funnier.
like she's in heat, yeah.
I think it's funnier to make
That
him
is so
gay.
funny.
It's funnier to make him gay. He's probably gay. It's
You see that hair? There's no way that's a straight line.
Why does he remind me of Culture? Okay, never mind.
No, all I can see is Culture at a bar trying to deal with a drunk chick just trying to get out. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm married.
Thirsty lioness.
Oh, they're so pretty. I
She's
love
like, I'm
lions.
gonna get this.
God damn, sitting on him.
She's like, come on, let's go.
Oh Lord,
I
we
bet
got a
her name
super
is
chat
Amy.
here. Yeah, from Goku McDuck who wants me to yell, and I don't know the. I'm really sorry, I don't know where this is from, so I probably won't do it very well, but I'll try to do it some justice. Pegasus Meteor. I doubt
That was
that's
pretty
what-
good, Tom.
That was pretty good.
I don't know what
even
it normally
that's
sounds
from.
like, so yeah. And then 6 sends us in a $10 super chat and says, one more super chat in honor of Donnie Pearson.
Yay,
Like,
Donnie!
Married to Sophia Vergara.
He's married to
According
Sophia
to Nina.
Vergara.
He's
The
gotten a
internet's-
status raise over here.
The internet's sexiest secret is
Thanks,
Donnie
Johnny.
Pearson.
By the way, happy birthday to your king. I gotta say, The Crown, the new season of The Crown kind of sucks. But you know, happy birthday to the king, King Charles. Hail the king. There you go. There you go. We're good.
Man,
Tom.
I've been enjoying it, Nina. Like
You have?
I have. Like even their boring episodes are fascinating.
I mean, like I've been enjoying it too, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't like the casting for the queen. I cannot unsee Umbridge. I'm like, why would you cast her? I can't see the evil
What's she
bit
from?
Harry Potter. Harry
Oh,
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Oh, see, I've never watched Harry Potter. And see,
That's
I actually like her in it because the actress in the last 2 seasons like took away the warmth of the queen, and I feel like she brought back warmth.
Oh my God, that's because you haven't seen Harry Potter. If you ever see Harry Potter, you'll understand because
So she's like the villain.
She's literally the worst. She's worse than Voldemort.
Yeah, she's
like
the most
I
hated character in Harry Potter. Umbridge is terrible.
See, I just know her as like the sweet little old lady.
Yeah, and now she's
Voldemort wants, power. She's just cruel to be cruel.
Yeah, she's just cruel. She's a cruel Karen bitch. I fucking hate her. And I was like, why? Why would you do this? I thought they were gonna like maybe cast Dame what's her name? Dame
I know who you're talking about. The woman that she
Dame
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench. That's right.
Yeah,
Thank
Judi
you,
Dench.
Stephanie. I thought they were gonna cast Dame Judi Dench as the old queen, and they didn't. And it's a huge missed opportunity. They went with this lady instead, but it was fine. Whatever.
So is it a testament that she's a good actress, though, that I think she's this warm, cozy old woman, and you hate her guts?
I really want to like the queen, but I fucking hate you. But it's and the other bad casting too is Charles. And no offense to you guys.
And I actually enjoy looking at Dominic Pace, but he's too handsome to be Charles.
Too handsome.
He's way too handsome.
Dude, there was this one episode where he's being brushed down by his his butler or whatever, and the butler looked like Prince Charles. I was like, they should have cast that guy.
He is. We said that in our trailer reaction. He's too handsome to be.
He's way too handsome.
I enjoy watching it, but he's too handsome.
He's great. But the Diana they cast though is really great. She's fantastic. I was like, holy shit. I really, really liked her. But yeah, the show is good though. It's still good. It's just I didn't like the cast.
Now I know why you hate the queen.
No. I love the queen. I love the Queen Elizabeth. I don't like Umbridge. I was like, no, why? Okay, so Goku McDucks says it is from Saint Seiya. You did it perfect, Tom. There you go.
Well, I'm glad. I didn't know what it was from, so I wasn't sure. And I'm looking for one more super chat because I think we may have missed one, but I'm double checking here. So while I'm doing that, yep.
There we go. People agree with us. Terrible casting of Charles. It's true. Because that guy's way too good looking. And I love him.
Way too good looking.
I'm a huge fan of The Wire. So when I saw him, I was like, I mean, it's gonna be good because he's in it, but
you had a bad casting when I'm really attracted to Charles.
Yes. Oh, what's up? Demogenize in the house.
Hey,
Demongini.
Demongini
says super chats aren't working for me. Uh-oh. Why not, Demongini? What's going on?
I met Demogeni.
Did you? Is he
Yeah.
nice?
He was in Orlando. He's awesome.
Is he nice? He's a nice guy.
He's super nice, yeah.
Did we get this
one? Yes, we did that one. I read it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't recognize it.
I'm trying to go
he
to...
quite likes being objectified.
He's got no issues with it.
No. I don't know. The super chat seems to be...
Did we get this one?
Working okay for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
All right. Because I'm not finding the one that we supposedly missed.
Won't let me send, he says.
Really? That's weird.
That's weird. Is anybody else having problems in the chat by any chance? If you are,
maybe that's why they've been so light tonight. Maybe there's certain areas that have. Did we get this one?
We got that one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got this.
And this one, I'm sure. I think we did too.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I know we got this one. Did we get this one?
Yes.
Wait, I just saw a funny.
Yeah, we got this one.
That's funny. Okay, I'm good, Tom. We can stop whenever.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the one that we supposedly missed offhand here.
Oh, there you go. Mr. Tickle Trunk is saying this.
Maybe. That could very well be. And depending, it might not even be dirty words. Sometimes they won't let you put certain words together.
That's weird. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. YouTube's so weird about that stuff.
Yes, indeed.
What? Okay, wait. John Thomas says Google charged me, but it didn't show.
Weird. Yeah, because that's what I've been doing, is looking for John Thomas. I went all the way back to the beginning.
I did
the
not
show,
see
John.
one from John Thomas.
I did not see it. John, what I suggest you do is get a hold of Google customer support, because we did not see it on our end. I will have Andre double check again on his end, but it is not showing up. I went all the way to the back.
Yep.
Let me double check, because I know
the
the guys have been and gals have been sharing in the mod group here. Let me double check and see if they caught it at all. But
I got this one here. Jim Watari. Thank you for the
I don't remember seeing it at all.
Hey, Nina, and you missed a $2 one from deleted scene. Just checking.
Just checking.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that's working.
There.
Then Jim Watari also sent in a very generous 10 and said, testing, it's working. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope so. Do your best, John, because I'm not sure what it was, so I can't tell you.
Sometimes they do give your money back, John Thomas.
It might, yeah. So just keep an eye on it.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that happening.
Okay.
Titty
And then we
sprinkles.
got titty sprinkles from
My God, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
But with that, we do need to run. Steph, thank you so much for hanging out here, even though you felt like crap, I'm sure.
Of course.
Is there anything you got coming up you want to plug real quick?
Tuesday night's main event tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers. We did have our Orlando trip, and I actually vlogged the whole experience. So you can go to Geeks and Gamers clips, and there is an Orlando vlog playlist to check out. It's like 12 days of videos. They're pretty short, but I worked really hard on them. I had a lot of fun there, and if I saw you there, thank you so much for coming out. And yeah, my Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram is where you can find me and interact with me. So.
Dude, Steph, I died at that video that you guys were showing about Drunk and Ryan and who was the other guy? Beardo? When they were
tortilla slapping?
Yes! I was like, what is happening? And when Drunk basically spat in Beardo's mouth, I lost it. I was dying. And I was like, these motherfuckers just Frenched. That's insane.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
It was a slow day because a lot of us were separated. And so I was like, I want to do something. And I really wanted to do the tortilla challenge. And I bought tortillas for it 3 days beforehand. And I was like, come on, let's do this. And so they're like, okay. Jay was so reluctant because he's like, I can't do this. He coughs. He has allergies and stuff. And so he was so bad at it.
But he was funny.
Yeah. Every time Jay would spit cough, Beardo would. So they would both always lose because Beardo would lose control of it. It was so funny.
Oh my God. It was so funny. Everybody, you need to go check that video out. It's on the Clips channel, right? I think it's on the Clips channel. Yes. Check it out. It's fucking hilarious. Demajanai for $2 says, yeah, it won't send me Objectified. Let me send
wow.
Objectified.
Yeah.
It worked.
Gunstar 1 says it does work. And you guys did a great job tonight. Thank you so much for sending in all the super chats and the support. John Thomas, hopefully you get that sorted out with Google. Was there anything else, Steph, you needed to plug, or did you get everything in that you needed to?
That was it.
That's
awesome sauce. Thank you for being here again, and we appreciate it, especially powering through being having a cold or whatever you call it, con flu or whatever it is.
I think I have the flu, just the flu. My nephew is over here and he was sick. I think I got it from him.
Oh no.
Yeah. Little kids. That's what happens.
Little kids with germs.
Petri dishes. Yeah, they're walking petri dishes.
Like cooties.
Yeah.
They do. Put them under a microscope. You see they have tons and tons of cooties. And then Force of Light, where can we obviously know where to find you, but what do you got coming up here? Anything you want to plug? Michelle, that you're
Yes,
already,
we very soon are going to have our actually review of The Crown. That's
Ooh.
probably for most women, but there's men that like The Crown. But then we also very soon are going to have our first time. Actually, it's not my first time watching. It's Natalie's first time watching The Godfather. So I'm very excited about this one. It's
I've
going to be a
never
lot of
seen that.
fun.
one of my favorites.
You've never seen it either, Steph?
No.
Wow.
I've never seen the
I started to,
Godfather
like, seen it a
Wait,
long time
Am I
ago.
on a panel with 3 women who actually haven't seen it besides Nina's seen it a long
I've
time
seen it.
ago?
Well,
Oh.
I actually hadn't seen it since I was a kid. So some of it was new to me. Not new, but I just didn't remember it.
I've never seen the Godfather movies or James Bond.
Okay,
None of
I've
them.
seen James Bond.
There's a lot of Bonds I have not seen, like the earlier ones.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of like some of the earlier ones too.
So you're telling me you've seen The Godfather now, Michelle?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I gotta know. I cannot refuse to ask what's your opinion of the film.
Well, they're gonna have to watch to see our score. Like, what
Yes.
score do Natalie and I give it at the end?
You gotta watch. Tom, let me ask you this: do you like Godfather 1 better or Godfather 2?
Yeah. Which one?
Why don't you just ask me to pick between my children?
And Tom, is like 3 worth it our time or no?
Oh, that's a grand debate. I am of the opinion, and I do like 3. It has its flaws and its issues. There are some people who have felt that his recut of the film has helped it out a little bit. I still say it still has all the same problems as the original version does, so I just as soon watch his extended cut of the original version anyway. But that being said, it is a huge step down in some sense of as far as characters and story wise than the first 2 films, but it is still a strong story, and people forget that it was nominated for Best Picture just the same. So
it's probably better than anything else you've seen in the last like 10 years.
Right,
So,
like
you know?
mean, even though most people probably enjoy Return of the Jedi more, I will argue like Godfather 3 has more going on in it story wise than Return of the Jedi. Like that's kind of how I compare it.
I just remember I didn't like it as much as the first 2, but having said that, I feel like if I rewatched it now, I'd be like, this is a great movie because I just watched Wakanda Forever, and anything would be fucking better than that. So
what's funny is the issues that most people have with Godfather 3 are like common practice shit and stuff like Game of Thrones. So like nowadays, people would probably just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, 3rd has issues. I don't know. Like some people say 2 is better than 1. I mean, I've had this like argument. Yeah.
It depends on your preference of how they tell the story. Me, I like the first one just a tad bit more because of Brando. But there's that. But anyway, I can't wait to check that out actually. But we had one more from Goku McDuck here. If you want to grab this, Nina, and then go ahead and tell us what you got going on.
Goku, thank you for the 65 pesos. Says Masami Kurumada is the creator of Saint Seiya, has mentioned The Godfather is his favorite movie of all time. Wow.
We have to check it out.
That's great.
Really good taste.
Thank you for all your super chats tonight, Goku. And as for me, you can check me out on my channel, Nina Infinity. Of course, I got the Real BBC tomorrow with Az, Gary, and Mahler. And I'm doing a cosplay calendar campaign. So if you guys are interested in seeing me cosplay stuff and you want to support me, go back to calendar.
Yes.
Because that is funded by the fans and it's made for the fans. So if you guys help me make it happen, then it will happen. But otherwise, then it won't. I don't have the money to make it.
Come on, guys. Let's get this rolling.
So this is it. Go back it. With the first tier, you get the calendar. Second tier, you get the calendar and a poster. And third tier, you get a calendar, a poster, and an art book. It's a 30-page art book, which will include all of the calendar photos, plus additional ones, 18 bonus pictures, and there's some options here, and the list so far is right here: Faye, Lara Croft, Sailor Moon, Tifa, Triss, Chun-Li, Supergirl, Punisher, Ninja Girl, Talia al Ghul, Red Sonja, and Christmas Elf. And all of these are subject to change just in case, depending on the delivery and all of the stuff. So That is what's going on with me. Thank you so much, you guys in the chat, for being here tonight and supporting Midnight's Edge, Toxic Femme, and of course, all of the ladies here. Thank you. And Tom, you guys are awesome. The show is kick-ass. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for making it possible, and you guys out there in the chat as well. And until next time, we bid you adieu. That has been Toxic Femininity. Good night, kids.
Night, everyone.
I got molested in a little boy's room.